You know how embarrassing it can be when your face is light and your feet is dark, and people are looking at you like, "Ah, why is she having two shades on one skin?" Yes, I understand how embarrassing that can be, guys. So in today's video, we'll be talking about how you can even out dark feet. Yes, here in Africa, or for us with skin of color, that is one of the major challenge we have when we tend to use skincare products that are lightening. We notice that it tends to work faster on our face and our body, leaving our feet a shade darker than the other parts of our body, or even other part like our elbows, our knuckles, and our knee areas. So we notice that whilst we're using this skin lightening products, or we're using the skin brightening product, other parts tend to the pace at which some parts tend to work or react differs. In this part of the world, sun is part of our daily life. We can't do without it, except you don't just want to go out at all. But you can't do that, guys. You need to go out and hustle and make ends meet, right? So today we'll be talking about how you can minimize this or combat this issue. So first, what even causes dark feet, right? Dark feet happens when maybe one, you're trying to even out your face. Maybe you have what's it called, you have acne, you're suffering from other issues, and then you're using a particular product. Over time, that product tends to reduce the production of melanin due to the tyroxinase inhibitors in those products you're using, thereby making your face, all the parts of the body where you're applying this product, to be lighter than the other part, mostly your feet. Another thing that could result to you having dark feet is maybe you expose your legs to the sun a lot, and as such your feet, rather, you expose your feet to the sun a lot, and as such your feet tends to be darker than the other parts of your body. Sometimes you could have discoloration on your feet. You see some parts are lighter and the other part is dark, so you just see patches of light dark shades on the same feet. Now those can be as a result of chemical reactions due to skin lightening products that you may have used, and is not really going well, like it's not evening out. And we see this mostly when you use steroids. Yes, when you use all these tubes, they say, oh, go and buy tube of this cream, go and buy gel, go and buy steroid, go and buy this. Those things are meant to target skin concerns, and you're supposed to use it only in that area where that skin issue is. But most times we see that our fellow females have turned those products to skin lightening products. Thereby you see them mixing it in containers to form their own concoction or creams, as the case may be. So you see, when they apply it on their skin, because there are a lot of reaction going on, it tends to damage their, or give them discolorations, as the case may be. Now when you have that kind of issue, don't fret, don't give up, don't feel discouraged. Shit happens, yeah. So now we're going to talk about how you can fix that shit, man. So sorry for my language usage. So how do you fix that, guys? How do you fix this kind of issue? First, you need to discontinue whatever product you're using. So if yours is as a result of mixing cream, or using steroid or gels, or any form of cream that causes that, you need to discontinue it first. Then secondly, you need to use scrub. Yes, in this case you need a combination of physical scrub and chemical scrub, right? That's exfoliant. You need to exfoliate because the that part of that your feet is already been exposed to a lot of melanin, so you need something to quickly shade off those melanin and make your skin supple and soft for other actives that you'll be layering later to even out the skin to work. So you need a physical scrub. And for the physical scrub, I would suggest a soft salt scrub. Now don't go and look for those abrasive salt scrubs that would end up tearing your skin and thereby resulting in another infection or skin issues, right? I would suggest you go for soft salt scrubs. So they are scrubs that when you feel the texture, they are very smooth. Some of them are even in jelly form, some of them are a bit cool. Don't go for those ones that have big salts that are very coarse. Those ones would tear your skin, and it is not going to it's not by the size of the salt in it that would determine how potent it is, but just look for something very mild. And when you're using it, don't use it in a form like that. You see, some people just take up salt scrub and then they just apply it on their body and they are just using. No, that's the wrong way of using scrub. Now for you to use scrub, you get your hand gloves, your scrub gloves, and then you put it on. Put a pinch of that salt scrub in on it, put water, lather it. The lather, yes, salt scrub lather. Now you lather it, you make it dissolve, right? You make it dissolve by doing a circular motion, then you apply it just like the way you're having your bath. Gently, don't be too harsh on it. So the same thing on your feet, you apply it gently, don't be too hard on the skin. Now when you do it, you leave it for a minimum of say 10 to 20 minutes for it to act upon it. Then you go back again, you scrub again, then you leave it for another 10 minutes, then you rinse off. By doing that, the first thing, you tend to soften it and then soften the skin there around that feet area, and then you go back again and clean it off a second time. After doing that, you need to apply a lot of moisturizer such that that part of the skin is always hydrated. Guys, you don't know that the secret of getting a bright and nourished skin is by hydrating the skin. Yes, when you hydrate the skin all the time, you will notice that your skin is always looking fresh and plump, compared to people that are just applying actives up and down and they are not moisturizing their skin. You see their skin looking very unhealthy and dry. So for you to achieve this result, you must always make sure your feet is hydrated all the time, and you need very thick moisturizers, something like this, something like Eucerin. You see, this is a very potent one. There are others too. You can go for other brands that are not Eucerin. Something like Amlactin can do the job for you. Bioderma, all these are thick and potent moisturizer. And if you don't have money to buy that, you could also look out for other moisturizers that have urea. Look for anything that has urea in it. Urea is a very good product that helps to hydrate your skin and also fade out all those uneven skin tone. Now another thing you can use in place of a physical scrub is a chemical exfoliant or a chemical scrub. Things like glycolic acid, lactic acid, mandelic acid, these are also exfoliants that can help to even out all those dark feet over time. Now this might not give you the desired result immediately. So if you're doing this and you want to get a quick fix in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you're only wasting your time, because you will not get there in 2 weeks. You just end up getting frustrated because you might end up having more damage to your skin. So this is something that work over time, and by itself it won't work. You need to mix it with other ingredients, which we'll talk about much later. Now, another thing you can use is glycolic acid. This is not the ordinary. This is another form of glycolic acid I currently use. This one is comprehensive clinical formula, right? This is the one I'm using currently. But whichever one you lay your hands on, whether it's the ordinary glycolic acid or any other brand, they all do the job. Look for something that has 7% up to 12%, because you're dealing with the feet, so you need something that is a bit higher than lower concentration. So I would advise you go as high as 12, say within 7 and 12, depending on how bad the case is. So if your feet is really dark and you want to get it off quickly, if it's dark and thick, you know that the skin around that feet is very thick, then you need up to 12% concentration of the glycolic acid, right? So you can apply this, you can apply your glycolic acid with your hand. Don't waste it. It's very expensive, so I won't advise you to start putting it on a cotton pad and applying it. Clean your hands, wash your hands very well with a soap, apply a little quantity and gently pat it onto those areas that you want to fade out, and then you leave it on. And please don't use it during the day. I'm begging you, use it only at night. After you've had your shower in the night, you use it and then apply plenty of moisturizer. Look for moisturizer with lactic acid, urea, and a lot of hyaluronic acid to help moisture or hydrate your skin. Then you can rinse off the next morning and apply your sunscreen when you're going out, which is the next thing you need to do. Always put on sunscreen on your feet. Most people feel sunscreen is only for your face because you are putting actives on your face, so you are bleaching your face, so that is the only area where you need to put your sunscreen. No, sunscreen is for every part of your body, guys. Even if you are generous and you have money, please put it on all parts of your body. But if you don't, then you can put it to the part that is exposed to the skin, such as your face, your neck, your hands, and then your feet. Don't go out without putting sunscreen on this area I mentioned, most especially your feet. If you're suffering from this issue, you need to put sunscreen on your feet. And I have a video where I talked about types of sunscreen you can use and how to use your sunscreen effectively. This is another sunscreen I love so much. I just started using this one. It's called the Hatomugi. Somebody prescribe this for me, and it doesn't leave a white cast, although it's quite pricey, but it gets the job done. But if you cannot afford this, there are a lot of sunscreen you can use that also have good ingredients. I've talked about a few. You can check my videos on sunscreen where I talked about different type of sunscreen for oily skin, for combination skin, any type of skin you have. You would find some recommendations there, but that's not even the exhaustive list. You can actually look for anyone that suits your skin. So sunscreen is a key for you. Then you might want to look for products that are lightening. Now, this lightening product should not be too harsh product, right? You can look for products that have ingredients like kojic acid. I won't advise you to go and look for ingredients like hydroquinone for your feet. No, because it might end up giving you a result that you don't desire. But kojic acid tends to inhibit thyroxinate production, thereby reducing the production of melanin on that area. So if you're using anything that has kojic acid, it will tend to reduce the gra of the thyroxinates that produce this melanin. Thereby, when you use other products, it would brighten. You see significant results over time. So you can look for a product that have lightening ingredients in them, like kojic acid. You can look for things that have maybe glycerin in them to moisturize, and then you can look for ingredient that has even niacinamide in them, because they will also help to even out all those uneven skin tone over time. So you can get any product that have these things, and please look for product that has lactic acid, urea, or mandelic acid, or glycolic acid. One of these four should be part of your routine on your feet area, and be consistent. If you start using it and you're not seeing result, don't worry, keep on using it. It will take time. The dead skin cells that are there are a lot, and because that part is always exposed to the sun, to harshness, to your shoe, to dust, to environmental pollution, you can imagine what that part is, area of your body is going through. So to get rid of those things will not happen overnight. It has to go through rigorous process, and then you need to also go for pedicure. Yes, most people don't do pedicure, they don't do manicure, they don't even know what pedicure is. Please, once in a while, go and pamper your feet. Go for pedicure, where they will soak these legs inside water, apply a lot of different ingredients to help um take out those dead skin cells on the feet. And also, what pedicure does to your feet is that they tend to massage your feet after pedicure. It also relaxes the muscles around that area, so it is good you pamper yourself once in a while, and also keep your feet healthy. So at least once in 2 or 3 months, go for a pedicure. It will help to also take out those dead skin cells on the feet. And then limit your exposure to the sun. If you're going to the sun, please wear garments that would cover your feet. If possible, wear socks. Anybody that is looking at you wearing socks in the sun, they will just look and go away, but you know what you're trying to achieve, right? So don't care when you're going on. Is that you're wearing protective shoes, or you're putting on socks? If you must wear slippers. So if you're wearing protective shoes like boots, like sneakers, and you're putting on socks inside, that way you're preventing the exposure. You're preventing your feet from getting exposed to this sun that would damage to your feet and give it that coloration which you don't desire. So always wear protective shoes when you're going out into the sun. You can also hold your sunscreen, and that's if you're not wearing protective shoe, and apply it every, say, 30 to 50 minutes continuously until you're back home. So guys, this is where I'll call it a wrap on today's video. If this video is helpful, you found it helpful, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like it, and comment on it. Tell us your experience on how you fade out your dark feet, if you have had this experience in the past, so that other people can learn as well. Tell us the products you have used to achieve this result, and also if you're suffering with this, please try these tips I've mentioned, and also come back and share your feedback so that other people will learn from this. Until I come your way next time, is your girl Chifo. I'll see you on my next video. Please like, share, and comment. Bye.